Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Black Ops 2 multiplayer informational video. If you haven't seen my last Black Ops 2 informational video talking about all the kill streaks in Black Ops 2, then definitely check it out. And if you didn't know already, I've had hands-on experience of Black Ops 2 multiplayer, around 10 hours of playing the game at Gamescom this year. I'm very lucky to be in a situation where I've played the game so much already. So I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on everything Black Ops 2 related leading up to the game, since I've had time playing the game myself. And today we're going to be focusing on Creator Class, specifically two parts of Creator Class: the 3-tiered perk system and also the brand new wildcard system, which I'll explain more in depth within the second half of the video. So for those of you guys that aren't already aware, the new Creator Class system gives you 10 points per class, and with those 10 points you can then go and allocate different sections of your class. So you can go and get a perk for a point, a gun for a point, and then you have a maximum of 10 points. You're of course limited, you can't go and spend all 10 points on 10 perks, but basically that's how the system works, 10 points per class. So the perk system in Black Ops 2 is different in a way to Black Ops 1 because you don't have pro perks anymore, and you can only choose one perk from each tier, unless of course you include one of the wild cards, which I'll talk about later on. So let's just jump straight into the perks here and get into them and see what they're all about. So you've got Flat Jacket here first, which protects you of course against explosive damage. This perk I feel will be highly useful for grenades, and Semtexes were very powerful. A lot of the kill streaks, as I mentioned in my previous Black Ops 2 video, are very powerful as well, and Flat Jacket will be hugely useful for protecting yourself and surviving those dodgy situations where normally you would be easily killed. So I think Flat Jacket will definitely be a highly used perk. Probably not initially, I don't think people will realise how useful it is until after a few weeks or even a few months. But the next one here is Ghost, which was a very controversial perk within Black Ops 1, but now it's been brought back completely. It only protects you from UAVs, Ghost does. It doesn't protect you from anything else, and you have to be moving around to be protected from UAVs. If you're sitting in a corner, you're going to appear as a red dot even if you've got this perk on, which is awesome. The next tier 1 perk here is Blind Eye, and this one makes you invisible to basically computer controlled kill streaks, which is awesome, which is standard of course from Modern Warfare 3, so not much of a change there. We've also got lightweight in there, which means you get no falling damage, and it also allows you to run faster, which is awesome. This will probably be the least used perks out of the tier 1 section. It's just not too useful compared to the other options. And finally here we've got Hardline, and this actually gives you more points for whatever you're doing. So again, if you haven't seen my kill streak video, definitely check that out. You're basically going to get around 20% or so extra points for whatever you do within multiplayer. I used Hardline a lot when I played multiplayer at Gamescom. It really helped me get to my score streaks a lot quicker, and I know I'm going to be using Hardline a lot within Black Ops 2 multiplayer. Partnering the UAV and Hardline perk is awesome because it means you're getting even more points for all of those UAV assists you're getting, and it's a very deadly combination, especially if your team are working together well. You can get loads of assist points from the UAV and Hardline together. Looking next here at the tier 2 perk, we have Scavenger, which is again standard. It allows you to replenish ammo. A few people have asked me whether or not it replenishes your lethal and tactical slot. I actually can't remember when I played the game whether or not it did. From recollection, I don't think it did, because it actually costs a whole point to buy a lethal slot and a tactical slot, so I don't think it actually replenishes those, but if it does, I'll correct it as an annotation or let you guys know in the comment section. The next one here is a new perk, and this one's called Hardwire, and this actually allows you to be immune to counter UAV and EMP, so that wouldn't take into effect very often, but when they are called in, you'll be immune to them. The next perk here is really good. I use this one a lot as well, and it's called Toughness. And it actually means you get less flinch when you're being shot at. Now this is very similar or almost identical to Focus from Modern Warfare 3, and I basically use Focus on every single one of my Modern Warfare 3 classes, so Toughness is going to be one of those perks which I think will be used a lot. And the perks, if you didn't already know, are essentially built around changing how your character moves around the map and how your character reacts around the map, and your attachment for your weapons is going to be the only thing that actually changes how your weapons work. I'm going to be covering the the weapons and the best classes so far that I found for Black Ops 2 multiplayer in a video for Black Ops 2 tomorrow, so look out for that. But the perks just change how your character moves around. The next tier 2 perk here is Cold Blooded. This will make you immune to the target finder, which is the sight which basically puts a red triangle around the enemy. It also makes you immune to player controlled kill streaks rather than the computer controlled kill streaks, which we mentioned in another perk earlier on, and also for the sensor grenades. So basically what they're doing here for the perks is splitting up with Cold Blooded, Ghost and Blind Eye. They're splitting up into 3 different segments, so if you want to have all 3 of those perks, you're going to have to be spending a lot of points to do that, to be super stealthy. So that's something you'll have to pay for when it comes to creating your class if you want to have all 3 of those abilities. And finally, the final tier 2 perk is Fast Hands. This allows you to switch between your primary and secondary quicker, allows you to throw stuns quicker, and is similar to Quick Draw Pro within Modern Warfare 3, with the additional ability to safely throw back grenades. So that means as soon as you pick it up off the floor, the time will be reset and it gives you enough time to throw it back without it exploding in your face. Next here we have the tier 3 perks. We have Engineer, which works similar to Sitrep or Hacker, and it allows you to see the enemy equipment, so it highlights that of course as red, and the booby trapped care packages as well, so you're not going to fall for any of those tricks, and it allows you to re-roll care packages to get a high kill streak if you choose so, which is awesome, similar to Hardline Pro from Black Ops 1 multiplayer. Next perk here is Extreme Conditioning. This gives you the ability to sprint longer, of course, we all know what this is all about, and it's similar to Marathon from Black Ops 1. Next perk here is Dead Silence. This is very similar to Ninja, or identical to Ninja within Modern Warfare 3, makes your footsteps silent. Then we have the opposite effect here within the same tier perk, which is Awareness, and this allows you to have louder enemy footsteps, so similar to Sitrep Pro within Modern Warfare 3. And because of a situation where I was playing Black Ops 2 at Gamescom, it was a very loud event. The headset was good, we were using these Turtle Beach headsets, but unfortunately it wasn't quite quiet enough for me to work out the difference between Dead Silence and Awareness. I definitely heard footsteps when using Awareness, but the effect and the sort of distance that it covered didn't seem to be too great, but again, that's something I'll test out once the game's actually launched, or if I get a chance to play Black Ops 2 again in a quieter environment. And then we have 2 more perks here in tier 3, Dexterity, which is a new one, and this one allows you to traverse over pieces of equipment and walls and such a lot quicker, allows you to recover quicker from knifing, because knifing, the lunge has been decreased hugely. When I was knifing within Black Ops 2 multiplayer, it was, you have to basically be directly next to them and get it dead on, otherwise it just didn't hit. And then the final perk here is Tactical Mask, and this reduces the effect of stun grenades, flash grenades, and the new shock charges, which is awesome. And those are all of the perks. So let me know which perks you're really looking forward to, and give me a set of perks which you think you'll be using, so 1 from each tier, and leave that as a comment down below. So now that we've covered all the perks, we have the wildcards to talk about, which were the bottom 3 options we saw within the Black Ops 2 multiplayer trailer. And I got a chance to use all of the wildcards. They're really awesome. I have mainly gone towards a sort of a certain few, and I'll talk about those as we get into the wildcards. They basically allow you to have additional parts of your creator class, but at a cost of an extra point, because of course you have to buy the wildcard with a point, and that's the sort of downside to it, is that you have to spend more points on these wildcards. But they're really awesome, so let's get into them. The first one here is the primary gunfighter, which allows you to have 3 attachments on your main weapon, which is really useful, and I'll show you that within my class I created at Gamescom, which I really like using. That actually had 3 attachments on my main weapon. There's also secondary gunfighter, which allows you to have 2 attachments on your secondary weapon. There's also overkill, which allows you to have 2 main weapons. We saw that within the trailer when the user had 2 main sniper rifles. The fourth one here is danger close, which is actually a belt which allows you to have 2 lethal slots, which is awesome because I actually managed to predict that within the trailer breakdown. I pointed out as being some sort of belt, and a few of you guys then pointed out that it will allow you to hold maybe extra lethal slot or an extra tactical slot, which it does, because there's actually 2 belts here, the danger close option for lethal and then a tactician option for the tactical slot. And there's perk 1, perk 2 and perk 3 greed, which allows you to have 2 perks from perk 1, perk 2 or perk 3, which means you can have 2 from each tier if you choose so, but again you've got to spend an extra point within the wildcard options here. The ones which I lent towards the most was the primary gunfighter and then perk 2 greed, because with perk 2 it allowed me to have both toughness and scavenger, so I could run around knowing I was getting less flinch and I was running around and having lots of ammo as well, which is awesome. So this is everything covered within this video today. Another long Black Ops 2 video for you guys. Really hope you've enjoyed. Lots to break down here. The Black Ops 2 video tomorrow for the class that I've created will be even more epic, so make sure you're watching that. If you have enjoyed, spend a second clicking the like button. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. Let me know which wildcards you're thinking of using, and again which perk setup you're happy to use, which ones you really stand out to you as being really awesome, and if you think they're balanced or not. If you haven't seen any of the videos on screen now, then definitely check them out. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you on my next video.